right now, you will see a noose hanging down.
So we are going out on a raptor now. We've been on a coastal tour earlier. Now we're going on a raptor. Are you excited? Going to go a lot faster?
Maybe.
Really fast. You can be able to handle this speed? You seen them at the front, back?
Uber speed.
Uber speed.
Uber speed.
Uber speed, as Ted would say.
Turbo.
Turbo. Turbo on my bike. Turbo on my bike. So yeah.
Alright guys, so these are auto-inflation life jackets we've got on the boat. There's a canister on the right hand side of them, you can feel it in there. There's a toggle at the bottom. Please don't let your intrusive thoughts win today. If you pull that, it's simply an emergency bypass. It will cost about £100 to recalibrate the system.
Ow!
I didn't know I was going to do that.
Well, that's cold.
Oh, you took your head off, mate.
You pulled it, you got to pay for it. That's £100, mate.
That's cold as well, isn't it?
We can sort it out later if you...
Wow, I didn't expect that at all.
Thanks, Zach.
You're in trouble.
If you go in the water,
Fuck you.
oh, sorry about that.
It's alright, we'll get you a new one, we'll get you a new one.
Right, okay, good way to start the journey, guys. At least I feel safe, feel like I've got a neck brace on.
You're going to drown.
Have you been out with us before? No. Any of you local? Excellent, so we can tell you anything we like. That's very good. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to go out, make a left turn and go along the north coast of Torquay, have a look at Thatcher Rock, have a look at the Orstone, see what else out there. It's a beautiful day, the boat will go very fast. Is everybody happy to go?
Yeah.
Okay, just go sign to say.
Alright guys, welcome aboard Raptor. Don't worry, I've got about to pop out one best karaoke. It's not really my go-to. For none of you that are not local, welcome to Torquay. The sun is always shining here. Now, before we head out on our journey today, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the boat itself. Hopefully, get you nicely excited about what we have ahead of us. On the back of Raptor, there are three pretty massive engines. Pretty awesome. Now, those engines are three 4.6 V8 engines. That is the same engine as Ford Mustang use in their cars, for those of you that are car fans. Each engine, 300 horsepower each. Collectively, mathematician, that is 900 horsepower.
Just a little bit faster than mine.
Yeah. Car fans, that is the same amount of horsepower.
Right guys, so just as we're coming out the harbour here now, if you look to the left and right, you'll see a green and red buoy. That is actually a 5-knot marker for the marina, aka the end of our speed limit. We're going to hook a left turn and head towards our first stop, which is Thunder Cove. Please make sure you are sat correctly, your feet to the floor, your bum's pushed all the way back, and you are holding on nice and tightly. Alrighty, in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Woo!
Powering it. Yeah, it's all right, isn't it?
And guys, welcome to our first stop. That was a very fun short blast first. I'll tell you now, it's only going to get faster from here on out. This is Thunder Cove just ahead of us. Before we do get to Thunder Cove, if you look directly to the top of the cliff ahead of you, you actually see an old World War II watchtower that currently sits in the back of someone's garden, and he uses it as a private drumming studio. Apparently, if you want good acoustics nowadays, you've got to get yourself an old World War II watchtower. Not sure how hard that is to find on Facebook Marketplace though. Now directly ahead of us, this is Thunder Cove. If you look directly above your heads right now, you will see a noose hanging down from the top of the cove. And that is nothing sinister, I promise you. Do have a bit of a theatrical pause there. That is actually for free climbers. They climb all the way from the left of these rocks, right round to the right and back inside the T. That noose up there simply acts as a handle. It is the only way they can safely swing between the gap in the rocks. And certainly an adrenaline junkie sport. The only way down is a freezing cold plunge. I don't think I'd be able to brave that one. Woo! Don't try and jump like that on the M25. It definitely won't look as cool as that. Now guys, to your right, it wasn't already very much obvious, this is Thatcher Rock. Now if you look to the top right of Thatcher Rock, you'll see two bits of rock sticking out. That is actually how it got its name. That is supposed to, and I go very hard on the words supposed to, look like a thatcher thatching the roof of a cottage. Definitely abstract. Don't stress yourself out too much when I say it. Don't think anyone ever has or will see it. If you do look up to your left on the cliffs up there, that is an actual thatched roof. That's actually Paul's gaff. He wishes. Now that house has actually just been estimated as an incredible £15 million. Amazingly, the owners weren't actually happy with this. They're having the entire house redone at the moment to hit the 20 mil mark. The thatched roof they had done has just costed them way over £100,000 alone to do. I think with that sort of money, you could probably afford a few sprinklers for that very dry lawn of his. Right then, so welcome to the Orstone, guys. Now if you look directly ahead of you, you'll see a crack going all the way through the rock. Now that is actually due to a natural fault line, so it means the rock is slowly splitting further and further apart. But very interestingly, it causes a hole going through all the way to the rock. At low tide, you can actually swim and see all the way through that. I personally haven't been able to brave it. If one of you wants to give it a go, please let me know how it goes. I'll probably take your story and your credit, but at least I do have a cool story to tell on Raptor. The Batman pose I was just telling you about the performance, but directly ahead of you. There's one sort of half-heartedly doing. Now, the Orstone Thatcher Rock is absolutely renowned for its beauty and wildlife. However, unlike Thatcher Rock, the Orstone is an incredibly protected piece of land. As it's part of Torquay's UNESCO Geopark. If you want to hear a bit more about that, search it up. Just spotted a seal back in the crack hole we've just come from, so we're going to have a little hover back around to see if you can see it. Its head's just poking up out of the water. If you do see it, it's the most common seal in the bay. It's called a North Atlantic grey seal. Yeah, unfortunately they can hold their breath for 20 minutes, so you might not want to be doing some showing off today. Now, because the Orstone is part of the UNESCO Geopark, it makes it very, very protected. It's actually highly illegal to go on here. In fact, if you were to come onto this rock here, even by a toe or a finger, it's going to cost you £20,000 in fines. Make sure you pack your caviar if you can afford that, so a pretty hefty lunch. Alright, we've landed in my favourite part of the bay. So this entire part of the coastline is called Hope's Cove. Now a few heads are already pointing into it, but that cove into your right, about 3 o'clock to us now, that is Brandy Cove. Guess what they used to import there? It wasn't AU vodka. They used to illegally import brandy all the way from France into little coves like this one. They would smuggle these massive barrels all the way up that slim staircase there to the house at the top, where they had a fake fireplace and a hollowed out tree. They used to hide the barrels of brandy during the day. At night, when there was no one around, they used to load it onto their horse and cart. Now to really tap into stealth mode, they used to put leather shoes on the horses and an entire sort of contraption on the horse and cart. It did not take long for the police to realise there was so much brandy being illegally imported into the bay. They decided to uncover and discover all the coves like this one here they could be using. When the police made their way through Babbacombe, the workers were terrified they'd get found out, so they actually invented the story, the Headless Horseman of Babbacombe. This was simply one of the workers in a massive great big jacket that used to take it in turns while screaming at people at night and pushing the story. It actually kept the police at bay for quite a long time. But it worked a little bit too well, because even to this day there are people in Babbacombe that still believe in the Headless Horseman, and there are genuinely a handful of them that have sworn to have seen them. I'm not sure how many pints deep they were at that point, but if you start swearing you've seen the Headless Horseman of Babbacombe, you've probably been in Devon a little bit too long. hit a very fun part of this trip, because as I've just been talking, Paul has fiddled around with the electronics of the engines and he has turned sport mode on. So currently we have been cruising at about 45 knots. Now that is faster than any other UK river. It's certainly not faster than what Raptor can go though. So we are going to push her to her limits today and see how fast we can really get her. So please make sure you are sat correctly, your feet bolted to the floor, your bums glued to the back of the seats, and you're holding on, well, for dear life. Because in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Excited.
Thanks,
jazz on a country lane. Guys, we've just hit an incredible 71.5 miles per hour now, one of the fastest of the season. Congratulations. Now to your left, that is Dyer's Quarry, or locally known as Big Mac, an extremely popular spot for the local youth of the bay to go jumping in and have barbecues. Very appealing to them because the only way down to it is to slide down the sides of the cliff to the left and the right. Directly ahead of you, that beautiful archway there, that is London Bridge. Unfortunately, London Bridge is falling down. She's just been officially deemed unstable. The shards of rock between her and the land are the only thing holding her up. Other than that, a very, very popular spot for kayakers and paddlers to get their Instagram shots under. I'll probably go ahead and give that one a miss though.
That's it guys, that's the Raptor ride down in Torquay. Everyone is up for it, very fast. Very nice, very good. You know, we try, with YouTube, we're trying to go out and have a lot of fun. Obviously, you know, we enjoy making skits as well. And I want to let you know, any places that we go with YouTube, you know, we're trying to have fun and have a good time. And if there are places that want to do TikToks or little Facebook sketches, we're more than happy to do that. And at the same time, when we do that, I don't want to do anything that's gonna, you know, make the company look bad or anything like that, because that's not what we're out here to do. We're out here to have fun, have a laugh, and we're really enjoying this. We're really enjoying going out, seeing places and doing things. So I want to thank the team at Ocean for our day out. We had a really good time, really enjoyable. We got to see dolphins, as you see in the other video, and seals. Went out on the Raptor boat and done 75 miles an hour. Yeah, it's not as fast as the M3, but it's still a thrill, and it is definitely worth doing. It is the fastest boat you can go on in the UK, so definitely worth doing. And that's it guys, check you out in the next video. Once again, thank you for the 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I have got my silver plaque on the way. I'm so excited. And yeah, make sure you're liking, subscribing and turning the notifications on so you get the videos when they come out. See you later guys.